Welcome back. Is the 6334 system of education working?
No. The philosophy behind it was good to an extent. Because the 6334, to the extent that I understand it, is to give 6 years of primary schooling to children, then you split the 6 years of secondary education into 2. Then the first 3 years, all children will receive the conventional secondary education for that level. Then at the end of the 3 years, those who are able to show the aptitude for higher education goes on to senior secondary, while those who are not able to, because maybe they are deficient in some academic field, now will go on to vocational education. That is, theoretically speaking, that's what it was meant to achieve. But it is clear to all of us that no child, any child that terminates or that stops at GSS 3 must have dropped out of school. Nobody is leaving GSS 3 to attend vocational schools because the facilities for vocational education does not even exist. The technical colleges are dead. Vocational education dead. It doesn't exist. And quite significantly, there is a level of stigma that comes with saying that a child is going into vocation and technical education because that child is unable to show aptitude for learning. Not that that child chose a career in vocation. So we are grooming, we are already stigmatizing vocational education even before the children go into it. That's a fundamental error that needs to be corrected. People should have minimum secondary education, then choose what to do afterwards, whether they want to be engineers or they want to be electricians or whether they want to be plumbers or whatever. You know, but to say that, okay, 3 years you terminate, then if you are able to show you go ahead, otherwise you drop out. I think it's not working. I think no matter how beautiful the philosophy was, it has not delivered on expectation. And it's about time we reviewed it.
We continue to lay a lot of emphasis on certification. And as you rightly pointed out, technical and vocational education is not considered important. But these are clearly critical to the economic development of any nation. What needs to be done to make these more attractive?
You see, it goes beyond making technical or vocational education attractive. The fundamental question that we need to ask ourselves as a country in 2015, as far as education is concerned, is what is our vision of society? What kind of Nigeria do we want to build? Therefore, to answer your question, in developing our national development agenda and in articulating what we call the drivers of our economy, which has been done, agriculture, infrastructure, entertainment, sports, right? And I think construction. These were the 5 cardinal drivers that has been identified for our economy as far back as 2011. Now, our education, organizing our education for productivity must be articulated around these 5 drivers principally. But for it to happen, we have to attach values to it. And what is the value we can attach to it? Certification.
I think it's beyond certification. You know why I said so? Because you know why? Polytechnic graduates are not even well considered.
Exactly, that's the point I'm making. Let me explain to you what I mean by certification. Look, if you call, no, they are not certified. They are not certified. You see, what I'm talking about is there has to be a national qualification standards for vocation, right? That certificate you hold has to mean something, not just that you went to school. At the moment, what you give people in OND and HND is only evidence that they went to school. That's not what we are talking about. A national qualification standard means that you've been tested in vocation and you have been found capable. So at the moment, we don't have a national qualification standard for vocation. That's where we have to start. So it is a national vocational qualification standard that we need to develop, and that's what will put value on certificates we give to people, not the AND, OND, or the BSc that I'm talking about.
Talking about OND, BSc, greater value is clearly placed on university certificates, but the university is turning out thousands of graduates that employers of labor say are unemployable. What needs to happen for this to change? Why? This is clearly understood. This is understood. This is talked about all the time. What do we need
Again, to do? You see the debate about whether university degree is more valuable than HND or ND, to me is a superfluous argument, right? I've listened to even educated people go on and on and on about this useless debate, right? Education should be about, and I said it earlier, what are you able to do? Not about which schools you've attended. It's about what are you able to do. As long as if we are able to develop a national qualification standards, right? Or a national quality assurance system that is connected to the heart of industries, then it doesn't matter whether you have a degree or you have it's about what you are able to do. As long as we put value on what people are able to do, then it doesn't matter what paper they are bringing to me. For me, I think the most important thing, we have to go back to that fundamental question. What is the purpose of educating children in Nigeria? Now the question is, how do we go on to achieve that? The universities are capable of doing it. But we have to push them in the right direction, which is use funding. We are funding the administration of the higher institutions, of the polytechnics, instead of funding the students. My idea is we have to do a major step change where we fund students based on what we expect the children to be able to do.